Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my social life in college, and this is like the best. This is awesome. I love my social life in college. It's great. So let me talk. Let me start you off by telling you about my first 30 days at Penn State. So every single day, my first 30 days at Penn State, I went out somewhere. And it was, I forget, like, I don't even know how I'd rate the nights, but at least I remember that I didn't end up complaining at the end of the 30 days based on my record of, you know, having a very active party life. So I ended up going to a mixture of frats, apartments. I was like, we did a lot of like shots around the world, like went to frats. I remember going to this frat AXP, meeting a lot of the brothers there. They really liked me there. I ended up pledging. I don't know why. I think I wasn't like too committed to the pledging process because I wasn't like just too keen on it. I heard a lot of things, but none of the frats that I met kind of like stood out to me as like somewhere I'd feel like I'd fit in. So I didn't really resonate with that. So I didn't just like pledge. But I spent a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but a couple nights I went out with my friend Vinny to one of the houses, the Blue House. And I have no brothers went to the Blue House because I remember Vinny he used to always tell me that, or Ian always told me that, or someone always told me you always partied at the Blue House. It's just an interesting, funny thing. Or no, maybe it's because I always asked him like, what's going on there, or I'd always ask him like what's going on at his house. I think this was maybe after he already pledged there. You know, he said like he was doing such as Whiplash, and I know Avenue Brothers is in Whiplash, so or wasn't Whiplash. I mean, it just like in my mind I was like, oh, so she knows like a lot of the same people I knew when I was like hanging out there a couple times. I have no idea. But anyway, I remember going to like Sammy's and places like that, which was like the Jewish frat. I remember I would do a ton of shots around the world, which were really fun. I remember hitting on a lot of girls on the dance floors and just like dropping like simple lines. But the entire thing I'd always get this look like, wait, are you a brother here? And I was like, no. And they'd always be like, oh, well, we're trying to get, you know, tiered or something like that. And I was like, fuck this, are you kidding me? The entire time I was like, this is bullshit. But I always kept in mind because like I didn't want to like I don't want to like commit to like pledging a frat because I didn't want to just like do it just for like, you know, prestige or like, you know, to get like quote, tiered, because I was like, you know, no, I'm a high status guy. I can like go out there and like pull biddies by myself. Like I don't need to be like in a frat to do that. But it wasn't until like later saw fresh stuff and realized, you know what? It's actually harder to just like go out in the street and like pull biddies because most girls are just like doing their own thing or like involved in something specific like fraternity life. So it's just like a weird thing. But I don't know. Anyway, after the first 30 days of college, I settled into like more of a routine. Me and my friend Jim Highland from down the hall, we became like best buds, and we'd always go out to the Spanish houses or the Mexican parties and just like hit on Spanish girls. I remember one night we were pretty drunk and we convinced this one girl that we were actually hermanos, which is like the Spanish version of brothers. So she I don't know, maybe she bought it because I don't know why she would buy it. Maybe she thought we looked alike. We don't, or didn't. At least I don't think we do. Maybe somehow she thought we looked alike. Who knows? Anyway, we did that a lot. We always went to the Spanish party clubs. I would do a lot of the hockey house parties. Our friend Steve Aloy would always hook us up. He was friends with like all the guys as well as being on the hockey team, so he'd always, you know, like it was always a good time. I remember I hooked up with one girl from my high school there one night. She was really drunk, hooked up on the dance floor, but I don't remember much else after that. And I've got other stories to tell, but I'll tell them those later. I remember, what else? Oh, I remember joining the ski club. I went to a lot of such at the ski club. I remember one night, I don't remember much, but I made out with some girl, blacked out, and then woke up the next day with like a pounding headache and a huge scar on my forehead. And I was like, I had no clue what the fuck happened that night, so who knows? But, I think I was trying to do something on a table and maybe fell off and face planted. That was my guess, but I have no idea, I don't remember. Another interesting thing is one night I went out on an apartment crawl. My friend Bill we ended up going to like 10 apartments. I actually told the story to Lamb and Kai, one of the fraternities that I pledged at, but I didn't end up committing to because I didn't like feel like it was a fit. But I don't know. And afterwards, I think I got laid, but like I'm confused about it because like I don't have like the full memory of it. I just like remember the other day I was thinking back to it and I like remembered more and more snapshots to the point where I remember this really, really hot blonde girl. I remember like being in a bedroom with her. And I remember like doing stuff with her, but I don't remember anything else, and I don't know anything else for sure. So I can't tell anything else, or else I feel like a liar. So just know that I was really drunk, and I might or might not have gotten laid. But anyway, I woke up in a parking garage with my pants off, and also I know I wasn't raped by a dude. So Manuel, I'm just spilling all those rumors now once again. That did not happen. And my shoes were in the stairwell. So apparently I came from downstairs of somewhere, left my shoes in the stairwell. Or I left my pants in the stairwell and my shoes. I have no idea what was going on, what was happening. I don't know. I can't even think of a story of how that would have worked, but I'm not making up the story I was talking about, so I don't know how my pants or shoes were in the stairwell. But anyway, what I remember is I told you. So I went downstairs, and I remember only trying to get into a car. And the only thing I remember is like waking up from a blackout with my my hands like pulling on the handle of like the driver's side of the door, and I don't remember like why I was trying to get in the car, and no, that was a weird thing. I don't know what that was about, but I remember in my hand, I think, so somewhere around me there was a bag of McDonald's, and I think there was one McDouble in there. There's also a can of beer, but I don't remember if it was Coors Light or a different kind of beer. But that's like the only thing I had on me at the time, which is like essentially the bossest thing on earth. Like when I saw it, I was like, yes, Henry, yes. I had a good night enough that I did like the essentials. Go to McDonald's, see that one really personable black kid who's always just makes you feel good for going to McDonald's, and is always like, you know, just gets how to be cool around people, or be cool with people. I mean, sorry, and you know, carry that beer like a fucking champ. So. That's what I had on me at the time, but also my shoes were like way across the parking lot. I think I managed to find them, but it took me like a while. I don't remember much about this, but they were like kicked like way across the parking lot. So like one was under a car, and one was like in the parking. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, I managed to find both my shoes and go home, I think, or something. But anyway, it was a wild night, and I don't remember much. But if anyone remembers me from that night, this face, and you're really hot and blonde, you remember sleeping with me that night, please confirm whether we slept together or not, because I do not know if we had sex that night or not. But I'll just leave this openly ambiguous, but whoever you are, you should definitely just at least say hello, and just remind me of the parts of that night that I missed, just in case there's something epic that I do want to remember that you don't want me to forget about. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, let me see. Senior year, I went to junior year, I remember hooking up with a girl from upstairs because I made it like a goal of mine to be like more social, just in general. And I was like, okay, I'll just like go just talk to more people. So like one day I was like, oh no, I want to meet more people in my building. That's what it was. Because I met Ian, who's the kid who lived in my building, but I met him through scuba diving, and I met his roommates who were like super cool. So I was like, man, I should meet more people in my building. Maybe there's other cool people in my building. So I ended up meeting, one time I saw these people playing beer pong out in the yards. I was like, oh, the guys out say hi to them. So I did, and they were super cool, and they invited me up to party at their apartment one time, and I ended up meeting them all. They were awesome. They invented this game called Things, where it's like the funnest game ever. You just like, is it Things? No, it's like California Kings, but everything's made up. So remember one of the things was like trade shirts with someone else in the game, and I remember as soon as I saw it, I was like, this game is awesome. So, long story short, one night, I came home from a bar, or no, sorry, not a bar. I was 21 at the time. I came home from a party, and one of my just say girlfriends, but one of my female friends, Ronnie Passy, was in my apartment. Just like, hey, we found this. We met this girl or whatever. I forget. This girl was like downstairs outside. We brought her into your apartment. Do you know her or something like that? And I was like, oh yeah, this is Jill. She lives upstairs. And she's like, oh, okay, she's kind of drunk. But I was kind of drunk too, so I just like kept hitting on her. But like, we ended up hitting it off, and by the end of the night, let's just say we went to my bedroom, and none of this concerns Ronnie, but we totally, had sex. What's up, Ronnie? Hope you're having fun in Denver, by the way. Anyway, that's just like one night, I guess, in my junior year or sophomore year of college. Question mark? So, I don't know. But another night, also this other girl who lives in my building, her name's Dee Dee. I know you, Dee Dee. I know who you are. I know you refer to yourself as the awkwardest girl on earth, and I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm not going to argue against you. So all I'm going to say is, you definitely have got some ice about you, and I'm not going to try to melt your heart, but all I got to say is, you were definitely pretty frosty towards me, and, I don't know, I'm not on a grudge, just saying. Anyway, we did, I'm saying we now. This is not weird. I'm just talking about my building now. I met the girl across the hall, and I almost hooked up with her one night, but she was like I forget what it was. She gave me this excuse. She's like, yo, I'm on the phone right now, and I don't want my roommate to hear me. So I was like, okay, fine, that's okay. But anyway, also senior year. I'll just cut to senior year. Senior year, me and my friends went to bars like all the time. One of my favorite bars was Cafe. We always would go to Cafe, and we'd see like our friend group's mutual friends, Figs, and I forget his friend's name, Erica, and this one girl, I forget her name, but I would recognize her if I saw her. Also, Bob. They'd always be hanging out at a cafe or something like that. I know they were friends with us because Viggs was Viggs lifted. That was like, the main reason, and we all lifted in college. So like that was like that. And also I don't know. I think some of them were in our major, but I forget. Brandon was my roommate. He was aerospace, so I think they were. He had friends too who weren't the same, but he was friends with like Eric and who's this awesome German kid. I went to his house one time before we went to somewhere, and he showed me this awesome German drinking song, which is like one of the funnest things, by the way, Eric. It's super cool. I want to go to Oktoberfest, by the way, so if you're into that, if you're in for that, I totally be down to, set that up. Just saying. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So that was like more of like the mellow evenings when like we would just like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, you go to the Gaff a lot. That was like our place. I remember one time I pulled a girl from the Gaff. I was just like leaving one time from the Gaff. It was like really late. It was like 3 a.m. And I was like, yo, what's your name? Or I don't even know what I asked her, but she was like leaving. I was like, you getting out of here? She's like, yeah. I was like, why don't you come with me? Or something. I forget what I said. I have no clue what I said. Honestly, I can't even quote myself because now that I said that, it sounds like something completely different was happening, and that's not what I said. So I'm now going to the record saying that's not what I said, quote verbatim. Anyway, I said something to her, and we just ended up leaving together. And I just like took her home, and I remember, so we banged in my bedroom, and then afterwards, I remember she left. It was like right after Brandon came in, and he heard the door click, and he's like, wait, what was that? And I was like, dude, I was like, what are you talking about? Or like, I was like, I don't know, man, what are you talking about? He's like, was that a girl? I was like, yeah. he's like, who was that? I was like, I don't know. Some girl from the Gap. He's like, but he didn't like, I don't know. He didn't like know what was going on. And meanwhile, I was like really drunk, but I was like, also, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about anything anymore. But anyway, one more thing is I don't know. I got confused whenever I was going to say. But, oh, my thon committee's watching this. Hey, we party together too. Yes, you show up to my house a lot. Also, Christine, if you're watching this, do you still have a ferret? I'm wondering how your ferret is. Chelsea, if you're watching this, hey, I don't really know what to say to you except for, hey, how's it going? Owen, if you're watching this, what's up, bro? Yes, I do still talk to Yuka, by the way. So, hey, Yuka. Hi. If you want to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival with me, I'm still totally down for that. I would love to go with you. I know that we never, like, talk that much, like, personally, but if you want to talk to me more, just watch all my videos and you can get like more of a feel from me. But if you want to like do stuff in real life or just, I don't know, chat more, we can do that for sure. Anyway, I was thinking of something else, and it was I'm gonna tell you another story from college, and it was I'll just pick a year, sophomore year. I think Matt Moore. This time I went to the Sigma Pi house for one of their parties. I don't remember. It wasn't like that memorable because like I didn't end up getting laid, but like, I met all the guys and it was like a cool idea. It was like, this is a cool party, but like it didn't stand out to me because it was like kind of a sausage fest, I guess, or it wasn't like my ideal party, so it's not like memorable to me. But you know, they have a nice house, so I don't know. Anyway, I have nothing else to say except I had a good time in college, and I had fun. So if you're watching this, you know me from college, you should hit me up. We should keep the good times rolling, or we should schedule something soon because I'm trying to spread the message that life doesn't have to end after you get out of college. Just because you're a little bit older and you have more money and you have more free time, you have more freedom, doesn't mean you have to start being boring and give up on your dreams and your goals and your life aspirations. You can still be your best self. You can still rock hard. You can still party, and you don't have to have your parents around you tied to you by an umbilical cord 24/7. So just saying. But anyway, also to my other thon committee, I was gonna say, Tim, if you're watching this, just remember my advice. Heed my words, Tim. If ever you're lost and you need to know what to do, just say hi to her. If she's hot and you're interested, just say hi to her. You'll never go wrong. I remember so one time I was at my phone's going off. I don't know. I'll tell you the story and then I'll get off the line. I was talking about the skulls at the fraternity on the dance floor, and I don't know. This is like back before. This is like back. Well, I just saw this girl on the dance floor, and I was like super interested. She was super hot, but I could like tell she was older than me, or she's like a senior or something, or junior, because I think it was like a social, or maybe I don't know this. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I just walked up to her. I didn't know what to say, so I just walked up to her. I was like, you know what? Because here's like my mindset. And I was like, I'm just gonna say like whatever I want to say. I was gonna say the first thing I'm gonna say, and who cares what it is? Because I'm just gonna go bold and go ballsy and just say what I say. So I walked up and I was like, hey, I'm picking up girls. What's up? And she immediately just like lit up and she's like, I love your confidence. And I was like, well, thank you, but do you love? This is not at all what I'm saying. Now I'm just bullshitting now like what I would have said. Yeah, so, but anyway, I forget what I said though. Anyway, long story short, but she said something and I was like, I said something to. I was like, "Oh, well, you should give me your number." I think it's exactly what I said. And she's like, "Okay." And now I'm thinking, because I don't remember if she gave me her number or not, honestly. So who knows? That's a mystery now. But what I remember now is all the drunk girls I met on the way home, or on my way to the Whoop or the Bloop or whatever. I'm remembering 3 names right now: Sarah Bubanovic, Liz Donofrio, and I'm drawing a blank. Oh, the one girl I almost hooked up with on the top of her building in South Hall. I almost completely forgot. I just remembered it just now. This one from the hockey house on top of the downstairs building in the halls in South Halls. And I don't know. That's like all I remember. And I think I ended up passing on that because she was too annoying and her body type was not conducive towards me wanting to do it, to the point where I had the 10 shots that night, so I was really drunk. And I remember that because I remember telling my friend Manuel how drunk I was, and he was like, "Dude," he's like, I don't know if I'm okay with that, but he had a very specific mindset, so I don't know. Let's just say she's a little bit larger than the kind of girls I prefer, but Manuel is the kind of person who was like instilling with me, "Look, man, in times of war, every hole's a trench hole, right?" So I was like drunk, and I guess I just like was stupid enough to think I could go with it, but I don't know. Anyway, I did end up not doing it, and I'm happy I did, and I kept my self-respect and my dignity along the way. But anyway, she was trying to give me a hard time. I was like, "Look, you're not hot enough to give me this kind of hard time. You can't be doing this." In my head, is what I'm thinking. Anyway. That's just my mindset, and I'm sorry if I'm disappointing you, but yes, I'm a man with standards, so there's that. Also, Sarah Bubanovic, how are you? I sent you a message the other day. I'm just wondering. We met drunkenly one night, and I just want to know how you are. I want to know whatever it is you think of me. I'm just like a little bit curious. Whatever it is we had as a connection that night, and how that exists now today. So that. Also, Liz Donofrio, I want to let you know is I'm just gonna open up and just tell you this because I don't really care at this point what your response is, but I'll let you know when I met you. You were like the coolest, smartest, like hottest girl I've met, and you're like I remember going home that night. It's like, wow, this girl is super cool, super smart, and is like really good looking. So I told my roommates this. I was like super pumped. I was like, I never thought I'd meet a girl like this. So if you're married now, just forget what I just said because I don't give a fuck. And if you're not married, hey, what's up? Just say hi to me. I'm not telling you I'm going to commit to you. I'm just telling you that that's what I thought. So, anyway, that's how I felt, because it seemed like there's so many girls who just like in a sorority, it's like, I just want to get a job in BBHM, and I was like okay, but I'm like an engineer. This isn't what I was thinking at all, but I'm like in my mind I was like, but that doesn't like line up with me and like my life goals, you know. But meanwhile, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, but I'll just wrap this up early and just say that having a social. Oh, also one last thing. I didn't go to Indigo much, but Kago was like the man at Indigo, and he would always throw like the best house parties. So I remember that one time when Ian took me to your house party, like right near graduation, and you guys hosted that fight in the backyard. That was pretty cool and like pretty epic, or really epic. So like, kudos to you and props for you for hosting that. And I was gonna say that was like one of the most epic house parties I went to in terms of like how I view house parties on a scale of like a lame kind of get together to like an epic like we know how to throw down kind of thing. So that. But anyway, hope you're doing well, and it's good here for you the other day. Let me know if you'd be interested in pursuing these festivities I'm posting about on YouTube, because I feel like it'd be awesome to have at least a DJ. Also on a side note, I'm getting into Ableton now, so I think I'm going to try doing some stuff with the Launchpad, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling now. Just don't worry about it. But anyway, Penn State, hope you're doing well, and know that as an ex-Penn State bro or Penn State honorary member, I do take the beliefs and values you instilled in me, including the ones that I drunkenly learned and yelled out loud at football games with me, as I live my life in real life. So, hope you're all doing well, and peace out.